Welcome back to my Pokemon Fusion Laboratory. Today, we're about to try an experiment unlike anything we've ever done before. And honestly, I can't wait to see how it turns out. Today's experiment was inspired by one of my followers, Chloe67. They gave me an exciting challenge: fuse Glaceon, Leafeon, and their favorite Pokemon, Emolga. Glaceon controls the power of ice. Leafeon harnesses the energy of nature, electricity with incredible aerial agility. If these three can truly become one, the result should be extraordinary.
This frozen landscape, Glaceon's natural habitat, where icy winds and endless snow are part of everyday life.
It didn't take long before I found it. Glaceon was freezing the surrounding air, creating sparkling ice crystals that shimmered beautifully beneath the sunlight. I approached it calmly without frightening it. After spending some time together, Glaceon finally trusted me and willingly agreed to come back to the laboratory. My next destination was Leafeon. I entered a lush green forest filled with warm sunlight, the perfect home for a Pokemon that draws its strength from nature.
Resting on top of a large stone, Leafeon quietly absorbed the sunlight. The leaves on its body swayed gently in the breeze, creating a peaceful and calming scene.
After spending time together and playing for a while, Leafeon finally placed its trust in me. Now, 2 of the 3 Pokemon were ready for the fusion experiment. The final Pokemon I needed was Emolga. This little Pokemon is known for its incredible agility, and I found it happily gliding through the bamboo forest while enjoying its favorite berry. After spending a few minutes playing together, Emolga finally trusted me. Now all 3 Pokemon were together, ready to begin the fusion experiment I had been looking forward to. We returned to the laboratory right away. Every system was online, the fusion machine was fully prepared, and it was finally time to begin the experiment. I placed Glaceon, Leafeon, and Emolga's Pokeballs into the fusion chamber. The machine immediately began scanning their biological data and DNA structures simultaneously. Millions of data points appeared across the holographic displays. Every reading looked perfect, and not a single error was detected during the initial analysis. Slowly, the powers of ice, nature, and electricity merged into one massive energy vortex. Up to that moment, everything was going even better than I had imagined.
But only seconds later, everything changed. The lights began flashing, alarms echoed through the laboratory, and the energy inside the machine suddenly became unstable. The main monitor displayed a massive warning about unstable DNA resonance. I rushed to the control panel, desperately trying to stop the process before it was too late.
I was too late. In an instant, a blinding explosion of light engulfed the entire laboratory. A powerful wave of energy swept through the room, leaving everything hidden in pure light.
A few moments later, the explosion faded. As the smoke slowly cleared, I looked toward the fusion chamber and realized something was terribly wrong.
The fused Pokemon had vanished without a trace. All that remained were tiny ice crystals, glowing leaves, and mysterious sparks of electricity. I had to find it before something even worse happened. I quickly activated my Fusion DNA tracker. Thankfully, the Pokemon's energy signature was still detectable. It was faint, but strong enough to begin the search. The first trail led me into a mysterious forest, unlike any I'd seen before. The air was filled with strange energy, as if nature itself was trying to tell me something. I discovered an impossible sight. Trees were frozen in ice, yet flowers bloomed at the same time, while tiny sparks of electricity danced through the air. Glowing footprints stretched across the ground, always moving farther away. Every time I got close, they disappeared and reappeared somewhere else.
My search led me to a very unusual lake. Its surface was frozen solid, yet fresh green grass continued to grow right on top of the ice.
Suddenly, a shadow raced through the mist. I was certain it was the fusion Pokemon, but it vanished again before I could get any closer. Before I could continue the chase, Team Rocket suddenly appeared. They had been following me all along, hoping to steal every piece of my fusion research.
Come out, Seviper!
Defeat that fusion scientist, Carnivine! Come out, Pikachu and Metagross, and face Team Rocket!
Jesse sent out Seviper, while James called upon Carnivine. To stop them, I chose Metagross and Pikachu to battle by my side.
Metagross slammed into Seaviper with a powerful Meteor Mash. At the same time, Pikachu swiftly dodged Carnivine's Vine Whip before striking back with Quick Attack. For the finishing blow, Pikachu unleashed Thunderbolt, while Metagross fired Flash Cannon. Their data-stealing machine exploded, sending Team Rocket blasting off into the sky once again.
Team Rocket is blasting off again!
After defeating Team Rocket, my DNA tracker picked up the signal again. This time, the energy trail was leading toward a valley hidden beneath a thick blanket of mist.
I carefully stepped into the valley. With every step forward, I could feel the fusion energy growing stronger all around me.
Behind a massive crystal rock, I finally found it. The fusion Pokémon was real. But instead of looking angry, its eyes were filled with confusion.
Its body kept changing uncontrollably. Ice, leaves, and electricity appeared one after another, as though the three powers were fighting for control.
I didn't try to capture it again. Instead, I reached out my hand and spoke calmly, hoping it would understand that I was there to help. After scanning its body, I finally discovered the cause of the failed experiment. All three DNA patterns were active at the same time, causing their energies to constantly collide. The fusion Pokémon slowly began to trust me. Together, we returned to the laboratory, believing there was still a way to complete the experiment successfully.
For hours, I carefully studied every piece of research data. Little by little, I began to understand how the three energies could finally work together.
Using everything I had learned, I created a new device called the DNA Resonance Stabilizer, designed to keep the fusion energies perfectly balanced. Everything was finally ready. It was time to try once more. I could only hope that this time, the fusion Pokémon would finally achieve its perfect form. I carefully attached the DNA Resonance Stabilizer to the fusion Pokémon. Now everything depended on one thing: whether the three energies were finally willing to work together. Slowly, the powers of ice, nature, and electricity began moving in perfect harmony. For the very first time, there were no more collisions throwing the energy out of balance. A brilliant light filled the entire laboratory. When it finally faded, the fusion Pokémon had transformed into its final form, more stable, more powerful, and truly complete. We immediately began the first ability test. With a single breath, the fusion Pokémon froze the air, creating shimmering ice crystals throughout the testing arena. Next came Leafeon's natural power. Plants rapidly grew, flowers bloomed all around us, and the air inside the laboratory became noticeably fresher.
As it spread its gliding wings, the fusion Pokémon soared gracefully through the air, firing precise bolts of electricity that struck every training target perfectly.
The final analysis was complete. This fusion Pokémon proved to be gentle, intelligent, and kind. Its favorite foods were sweet berries, flower nectar, and the energy of the morning sunlight. I finally understood why the experiment had succeeded. The DNA Resonance Stabilizer allowed each energy core to activate one at a time instead of competing against one another. The greatest success today wasn't simply creating a new fusion Pokémon. The most rewarding part was seeing it finally at peace and trusting me as its friend. Thank you for joining me on this incredible fusion adventure. If you have another Pokémon fusion idea, leave it in the comments below. I'll see you in the next experiment. Our adventure doesn't end here. Do you have any Pokémon ideas you want us to cover, thoughts on today's video? Drop them right down in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video.